Well, as we know, watching old Star Trek episodes, many things have come to pass that were predicted in that genre. So it's not unreasonable for us to be planning that way. The world is changing quickly. The world outside of medicine has changed very quickly. And the integration of medical devices to build smarter and safer systems is starting to happen much more quickly in medicine. So if we don't think about the future vulnerabilities, we don't think about how to ensure that we could protect the patients and protect the devices and yet have full access to the device capabilities, we will end up building systems that won't be as useful as they need to be. Now, I believe that we could markedly improve the care and safety of patients in hospitals by better integrating medical devices and information. Because if we use an example of that, let's say a medication that's causing the patient's blood pressure to drop excessively, today we depend upon someone identifying the blood pressure drop by looking at the blood pressure monitor or seeing it at a nursing station or transmitting that information somewhere, waiting for someone to see and act on it, so that requires a high level of vigilance, whereas in the future, when we see that someone is responding adversely to a medication with, let's say, for example, a low blood pressure, high blood pressure, a low oxygen saturation, or some other vital sign change, we will be able to stop that medication automatically and then call for someone to assess the situation. And by doing that, we can act earlier, we can have more autonomous or semi-autonomous systems like we have everywhere else, because automation has transformed every aspect of our lives. We know that we need to go there. We know that we need better time-aligned data from patient environments in order to assess what happened, like a black box recorder. We know we need all of that. And the only way to get there is by integrating data from devices and making devices better citizens of the technology ecosystem. And for that to happen, for that to be successful, we must have effective cybersecurity, because we've learned from other technology domains how important it is. There's no reason for us to wait for problems in healthcare, potentially very serious ones. So I don't think that the focus is misplaced and the effort is misplaced. I just think that we have to recognize that we are in a transition period of many old technologies, legacy devices, with vulnerabilities that may or may not exist. But we need to understand those, better define them, and have a plan to address them. And much of that plan will be based upon the next generation of medical technology. And I think that's where the FDA has stepped in appropriately in laying a foundation for the future as we start to iterate our technology.